whatever. So I can't change the name on the stream. Lovely. Anyway, sorry about that. For some reason, starting OBS before actually launching the game caused the game to not like it, even though I restarted the game. Still didn't like it. I had to start the game first, come into the map, and then start the recording. Weird. Anyway, Stardog gave me an idea. He said, why don't you modify Maypole? Because I'd said that I was not going to probably be buying FS21 because I just do not have the time to work within maps anymore. Time restricted in many ways, and I took it into consideration, got daunted by exactly how much work it would take to do that, and decided against doing that. Sorry, Stardog, but I did take into consideration what you said, and I did make some changes based on your input. I reduced the amount of fields for starters. I combined a lot of fields together. That was the easier way to go about things, and it made it a little easier for people to find, or would make it a little easier for people to find their way around. Just do some normal everyday things. So the changes was adding in, well, you'll see one of the changes in a second, but was adding in one more sell point, and that was because of all these trees that I've now changed to the forestry trees, the spruce, and the other was this. The field is gone and it's now a horse paddock. You can buy this plot of land. Although you don't need to buy it, apparently you can feed and water your animals, although you can't do anything with this because it's off the buyable area. You'd have to buy the land first, but 35,000 I think it is, and you can own this plot of land. Got an itch that won't go away. Never get one of them. Doesn't matter what you do. It didn't start until like 5 seconds ago. The other change was down here is all forestry now. The sawmill got removed and was, well, not removed, but relocated over to here. This is now your wood sell point. You can come here and sell logs or sawdust, or not sawdust, but wood chips, and you can see the play areas changed quite a bit within. Fields have been combined, so you've got less fields down this end, and overall you've got a lot more diversity within. Some of these fields are huge, and I was considering how, because you don't start off with any animals, how would one start? And with seasons you might start ploughing, liming, fertilising, cultivating. But if you're doing missions, that is. But if you're not going to do missions, how would you start? You've got 100,000 in the bank. You could sell all the produce that you've got stored in your silos, assuming that you start on new farmer mode. And you might take some of that produce and feed chickens and maybe buy horses and feed them, which means that you'd have to buy some straw bales just to, you know, until you've got some straw of your own. But originally this was all one plot, and kind of didn't make sense as to buying sheep. You'd end up with this plot of land that you didn't need straight off the bat. So it was broken down, and 107,000, meaning that you could sell your combine and plough, cultivate a seeder, sell your land off up here and buy down here. I don't think you can actually sell this plot of land because you've got stuff owned on it. I think you have to sell everything on that plot of land before you can sell it, but you can sell your field. At least that one you can't sell, this one, because you've got 2 sheds there. Which this one would give you 86,000 back. So you could sell that, buy this, and work on sheep, sell your combine, and go with sheep straight off the bat. Because I believe in seasons horses are changed. Really? Oh, I was going to say pros already. In seasons I believe horses have changed. They no longer are yours, and you're training them to become whatever, stallions or whatever, you know, they're the best in the business. You're looking after them. I don't know. I'm just going by what Reefy said in one of his videos, and I haven't looked into it myself. If that is the case, then that's an interesting thing. I'm sure. Oh, that's why the wire keeps getting stuck underneath the mouse. So yeah, a lot of fields were joined together, and like if we go down here, this used to go off into many fields, and now you've got that one which you own, and at the bottom it would go left and right, but you'd have a right turn here, which is still there. That still takes you to all the fields that originally was there, but down here you'd take a right into this field, or you could take a left here, which would then be into a smaller field here, and then another field down at the bottom. People got confused as to how to get to fields, and yeah, when you know where they are, it's easy. It's when you don't know your way around and you're trying to learn, it can be daunting, and some of the dirt tracks don't exactly show up that well on the mini map anyway. Like this one used to take you into obviously the field directly ahead, then it used to take you into a field directly ahead of us again, with another field just to the right of that, and then you'd carry on down here and it'd take you into another 4 fields, I think, down that way. So it was, but those all small fields, and you couldn't do much with them. I mean, you could get a lot of produce off them, but you couldn't expand them or anything. And I know if Moondog was here, he'd just say remove all the hedges and that'll cure the problem. People can do what they want then, but then that defeats the objective of, well, my play style. And I had considered making hedges between fields placeable, so you could sell the hedges and then combine 2 fields. Idea for maybe a map maker, if one watches this, something that they could consider. I didn't do it because it would mean that you'd own that lot of that set of hedge, and then you'd have to find which hedge was to which fields to be able to sell, and then combine those 2 fields. And I was going to have it, rather than it pays you to gives you money back for getting rid of the hedges, it would cost you money to remove the hedges. Or the other alternative is just getting the ones that you can cut away, but that's a lot of work to replace all the hedges within the map already. Anyway, Riverview obviously is out. That can be found on Mod Hoster and modhub.us. along with Maypole version 3. This version might not be out this side of the new year, maybe next year sometime. I'm still working on little kinks here and there and ideas. Put this into position because, well, that's in the way now, huh? Where should we put this? Change the camera view so we can get a better idea. Maybe here, right by the electric box. I don't want to put it in there. That's the thing. Maybe here, actually, by this door. Just there will do. And then this one we will put over here, rotate it. And raise it up. That will do. Yes, I'm happy with where that's positioned. Yeah, anyway, just tidies that up personally. I'm not going into cows just yet anytime soon anyway. So I think what I will do is probably go with plan A, and because I haven't worked with horses, probably go with horses, which means I need to keep everything I've got, apart from, I could get rid of the JD if I so wished. I'm getting rid of the plough because I hate that plough. And I'm going to get rid of the cultivator because, well, I don't want it, and I don't want that seeder. I'll probably lease in the combine as opposed to owning one. I will get rid of the pickup because I don't need that. I'll probably drive that down to the store. Let's see, I want seeders. If I do horses, I've also got to feed them. Because the animal now is, because this is the updated seasons, the animals are now in here. But I think oats and hay, so I have to have a grass field as well. Okay. And I don't own a grass field. I could make this into a grass field and work this one for straw and oats. Or I could buy an actual grass field, which aren't that cheap. I think this is a grass field. Yeah. So I'll probably buy that field. So let's buy that now. So we own that. And we'll get straw on these two and grass and hay off this one. And that'll give us what we need for their horses. And eventually we'll go with cows as well. But we need to make money to be able to get them going. The other thing I want to do is change this to a 3-day, just to get going. Right, so because if you look when you press escape, there's no animals up here anymore. They've been removed from this bar. which confused me because I was watching Reefy's video and I was like, and I hadn't paid attention. I was just listening, and I was like, hang on, because what bugged me was originally in the Mod Hub version of Seasons, if you buy chickens and sheep, you have to scroll all the way through one type of animal just to see the other type of animal, and that really annoyed me. And I was hoping that they'd figure out how to separate the animals so that it would be easier to know. Come to think of it, I also wish to buy this piece of land. Come to think of it, it was not come to think of it, it was annoying. So I can set this up here. I don't know where I'm going to put this. In fact, maybe just here. Just round the corner, maybe that'll work. And then this in between the two, and turn it that way. That should work. So we need a... We'll have to take out a loan because we will need to buy a bale trailer, a baler, and a rake, and a new plough, and a seeder. Although we could just lease the seeder in, I guess, and the plough. And what do we need to do to the fields? That's the question. They both need liming. Lovely. Field 39 doesn't, which is a bonus. And they both need ploughing. So if we lease in the lime and they plough and get them going, maybe. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Lots of messages and nothing of interest. Typical. Right. So what horsepower are we looking at for the seeder? Where is the seeder? Because I could go with this one, but I can't get it through the doors for the shed. I'd have to bring it the back route. 180 or 108. If I get rid of the JD, because I'll need a mower as well. Or if I just take a loan, borrow, no, not contracts. It's in here, isn't it? If I just take a 200k loan for now. And then buy 240 horsepower. Jeez, why so much? Just buy everything that we do need. A rake. It's funny how you don't need a tedder unless the grass is super wet. baling tech. We're almost out of money, but we've almost got everything that we need. And I believe the bale trailer that I want is up here. That one. No, I don't care about duals. I want auto load, and I'll leave it the colour that it is. Leaves me with 15,000. Wow. And that's another 40,000. And then the cedar next door to it, which ideally I would rather have this one. So we'll be taking more money. Lovely. That should cover everything. um, 48,000. Wow. There's one more thing I'm forgetting, isn't it? I do not want, where is it? Crop destruction on. So this we're going to take down, get rid of it. We don't need it. And then we're going to take down the Case IH and upgrade the engine on that, because I believe that goes up to 260 something horsepower. And that will be more than enough to cope with the requirements on the farm. And we're going to buy a stack of, or a couple of stacks of round bales, just to, hay bales and straw bales, just to, oh, I wouldn't have got more than what I would have if I sold it direct, so good to know. I know I've got stuff inside the silo that I could sell, but in fact, you know what? We're going to also upgrade our trailer. Because, or not upgrade it, but sell this trailer and buy a new one. I'm now a big fan of, well, I do like this trailer, but for the amount of produce that we're going to be pulling off the fields, I'd rather just go with a new, bigger trailer. This one's good, but it's not going to cut it. It's funny how things change in your life, and all of a sudden you have no time for anything. It's kind of annoying, because obviously I did like streaming, I did like working on maps. I mean, I've got think it's 3 maps in total going that I was working on, and I just won't have the time to do them. And I won't have the interest in probably Farm Sim 2021 because I just won't have the time to do anything with it. We're going to go with this one. Yeah, whatever. We'll keep the colours. Don't particularly care. Where the hell's the trailer then? We've lost the trailer. That ain't good. Does it say that we own it? It does not. Didn't we have enough money for it? I could have swore we had enough money for it. Did I just get screwed over? Let's try that again. Don't have enough money right there. Now I do. Buy, yes. I bought the wrong mower. That was clever. I don't want that mower. I want... really? That'll have to wait a minute. We need to go and sell some stuff out of the shed, out of the silo first. And get some money and stop borrowing money left, right and centre. I would have streamed through Shadow Play, but it keeps telling me that I can't do it on this device, and I don't know why. It's weird. I haven't googled it, I just couldn't be bothered, so hence the reason I'm using OBS, and there's a huge fucking delay. Like, for me, looking at the stream, I'm driving along the main road after just leaving the shop, after picking up the trailer. That's how far back this we're at the silo. No need to carry on going. Right, yeah, in case we do chickens, we won't get rid of that. We will get rid of canola though. So we're going to only be growing, probably, actually we won't do chickens because we don't want to be growing wheat and oats. We just want to be focusing on one animal for now. One animal type, there is. This version will be going up in Discord for private testing So anyone from the Monkey Show will be able to play on this version. But the actual map won't be released for, I'd say, at least a month or two. Because I'm still, as I said, ironing out things and contemplating on other things. And I'll get an idea of the guys from the Monkey Show, what they think of the changes on this version if they test it. Farmer Dad's input is definitely one I'd be wanting to hear. Well, at least we got enough for the trailer now. Not the trailer, the rear mower. The reason I haven't took the JD down is I'm thinking I might actually keep the JD, because then at least I'm not using just the one tractor. 2 tractors will be more than enough. I can go and plough, fertilise, whatever with one tractor. The JD would become predominantly used for this kind of thing, running stuff to the store or moving stuff around. This tractor would be for the plough and mowing, the heavier work, and the JD would do the lighter work, and obviously taking bales to the because it's a front loader, taking bales to the horse paddock. So we'll get rid of the wheat as well. I went too far. Lovely. I wonder if I got this set up as a private stream, maybe. But no, because if it was a private stream I wouldn't be able to see it myself. Anyway, Monday's a busy day for everybody. I hate Mondays personally. Why have I gone this way? Just realised what I'm doing. Oh well. I get to look at the store again. In fact, while we're here I could just take you down here, couldn't I? And show you the sell point for the logs. So I haven't actually looked at this. Yeah, okay, because it doesn't appear on the map. That's why I went and looked at that. Because if you look on the map, it doesn't show there as that's where you sell wood. I do need to get the markers, ground markers, so you know where the trigger is. As you can see, it's tight, so you would, if you got a big trailer, you'd wanna back up into there by swinging it around somewhere here. because this was either going to become a BGA or something else, and or the wood sell point, and I didn't want to put a BGA on the map. But that if I do, and that's a big if, I do expand the land, there could be a BGA that gets added somewhere else. Just FYI. I haven't completely decided if I'm going to keep, what have I still got that up for? Help menu, I don't need it. I haven't decided if I'm going to keep these kind of trees all the way around the map. I might change some of them to a different type. Unfortunately, Seasons apparently doesn't work with the FS19 trees. I presume you'd have to put your own textures in for them, which is fine if I do go with them. Because originally the trees on this map was the FS17 trees, which you didn't, when I updated the trees to the 19 trees, they all rotated to the same direction, and that was pointed out quite a lot, that all the trees was facing the same direction, and kind of was annoying because there wasn't anything I could do about it apart from go around redoing all the trees. And when you consider how many trees are on the map, yeah, not fun at all. What's the time anyway? Because I've got to go out in like half an hour. Been busy myself just lately, so I haven't been in Discord or anything for I think 2 weeks now, maybe 3, I don't know the last time I was in. I know it was a while ago. When I got the internet sorted, I thought I'd be back. I thought that was it. I was up and running and would have the time to do things, but I just don't, and that in itself is annoying. I know it's kind of boring doing all this, just selling and not doing anything else. Loads of messages again, none of them of interest. Typical. Anyway, back to selling. So hopefully everybody's close to, if not ready for Christmas already. We're almost ready ourselves. Just got a few last things to pick up. Not too much, but when you say not too much, it's still a lot of money that is to be spent. But compared to where we was 2 months ago, we're almost there. I love Christmas for the kids, seeing the kids' faces on a morning when they come down and they see all the presents and they just dive straight in. But I hate it for the fact that it's just one big mad rush to get everything sorted, and so stressful at times. And every year I always say I'm going to start earlier, and I never do. So I'm not going to say that will be a New Year's resolution this time, because as we can I just no, I don't know the button combination on my wheel to do that. Never mind. I did, funny enough, because my girlfriend's cousin plays Fortnite, and my son plays Fortnite, and my girlfriend's daughter plays Fortnite. I did install Fortnite, and needless to say, I got my ass handed to me. It's not a game that I have ever considered downloading and trying, and but I did do it, and I played it, got killed a bunch of times, killed someone a couple of times, got owned by a kid quite a lot. It's okay, I guess, but yeah, that's all I'm going to say is it's okay. It's not aimed at my kind of generation anyway, it's aimed more for the current generation, and but it's something that the kids and I can play along with my partner's cousin. Because not everybody's into farming, you know, and I don't get, as I keep saying, I don't get much time anyway, so there is that. I'll have to remember to change the title on this video and try and figure out how you change the title when you're using OBS. I know you have to do it through YouTube, but well, I haven't used OBS in such a long time, I can't remember. We're almost there though. We've got what, corn and soybean to sell. I think that's all that's left, and then we're done on the selling side, and we can start moving our equipment to the main farm. And I guess take the JD down, pick up the lime, and then and get that lime in while we're moving the rest of the equipment to the farm would be the easier way. I probably will only go with 4 horses just for now, just to get an understanding of how they work. I have got the horse helper modding. For the life of me, I don't know how that works. I don't know if it's placeable that you have to put down, and you take your horses to it one at a time, and they, you know, they parade around inside. I don't know, or if it's just something that is a script that runs in the background that has it so they are automatically trained. I think that's how it works. That at the end of the night you'll get charged X amount per horse. I think. Again, I don't know. Did I go too far? No. Yeah, so soybean and corn to go. Thank fuck for that. And sadly, Reefy's announced that he's giving up, he's retiring from YouTube, or from streaming itself, or making videos even, not streaming. I don't know about the changes that are coming into YouTube. I've heard about them and people saying that it's bad, and whatnot. If obviously I'm just a small channel, so it shouldn't affect me like it will affect some of the big people out there. But this isn't a job either for me anyway. Whereas I know some people, some of the big YouTubers, it might not be a job for them, but it more or less may as well be a job for them because of the time and effort that they have to put into doing videos and streams and whatnot. I'm sure there are a few out there who completely is their job. I know when I was doing videos every day, rather than doing them as a video, I was doing them as a pre-stream, a private stream, and then activating them at certain days that they'd be automatically published or set to publish. And I got to the stage where even I was like, I have to do a video. I've got to do X amount of videos today to cover for the next 3 or 4 weeks, and it can get tiresome. And I'm not modifying the videos because they're streams, so those are actually making videos and then editing them. Yeah, it's a lot of work. Personally, I go with the idea, do a stream and go from there. But I guess with a video, if you do a long video, you could cut it down into 30-40 minute videos and then release them without editing them. Just put your logo at the beginning, I guess. But then you go upload them, and that's a long process in itself. And if the video fails, it's all that annoying things. Anyway, we're almost done. Last one to sell, and then we can put oats in this trailer and take it to the horses and buy 4 horses and then and see how it goes. Feed the horses and then bring some bales up, do the same again. If I buy, how many round bales can it hold? 18, was it? If I buy, whoa, I was going to turn right, left there, my bad. If I buy 8 of each bale, that should be more than enough, hopefully. Or if I buy 16 of each bale, maybe 16 straw, 16 hay, and that should be definitely enough to feed them until we can get our own hay going. And a 3-day season, it won't take long. Alright, Well, we got 150 plus thousand, so that's good. 158,000. So we'll be able to buy what we need and then pay back some of the loan. Or just keep the money on us and to cover us for things like fertilizer and lime and seeds. Trying to think of something to talk about because I've been away for such a long time. You'd think I'd have a lot to talk about, but I don't. I do miss playing Wreckfest with the guys, I'm not going to lie. Saturdays is a really busy day for me, so I definitely wouldn't be there in time for that. Or very rarely would I be there in time for a Saturday session, but Friday can be a possibility, but not guaranteed. Just trying to think. Probably do it like this. Would be easier without scraping the wall. Would be nice. Oh well, that'll do for now. Right, so breed of there, the ability to both ride and drive, and today are used for show jumping and western pleasure. Developed from spotting horses quarter through air. A show jumping, okay. So that's more of a racing horse. Mainly racing, for racing and jumping. This agile breed has short leg bones, allowing for longer and easier stride. Known for their capacity of high stamina and endurance, known for their competence to endurance and riding and racing. Okay. A walking horse. So, what horse do I want to go with? A thoroughbred? Should we go with, I think we will. So before we go anywhere, they need hay and they need straw, and then that's it. Okay, Perfect. And what we'll do is we'll just leave this here for now. And this here for now, and jump in the JD. Actually, we'll keep the that's what we need, isn't it? The bale spikes. Ah, lovely. Okay, let's go and get the bale trailer and get some bales. Looking forward to me shooting a chicken. Hi David. This is through the OBS, so there's a huge delay. For some strange reason, Shadowplay won't let me use it on this device, and I do not know why. But I do have something to show you. Maypole has definitely changed, and I do need the help menu up a minute, because what bales are we on? Where are we? Is it Z to change them? We're on pallets, square round, that'll do. Yeah, perfect. So I'll be putting this version up on Discord for testing, but the main play area has changed quite a lot. I've combined a lot of fields, and you've now got a wood sell point for logs, its own area. 3 fields in all have been removed. Number 1, I don't know which one what the number was for the one down by the original sell points, but that's now a forestry area, and I think it was field 52 or whatever it was, the small one right by the farm. I used to use it for putting my mixing station on and storing the silage bales personally, but that's gone. That became something else, which you'll see in a few seconds. But how are you keeping anyway? As you can see, it's become a place for horses. I think we'll just be lazy and drop them here somewhere. And then move this out of the way. Which one are we on? Good. You'll have to start playing it again. Yeah, I know the feeling. So that's the mini-map. As you can see, you'll know there's changes straight away as soon as you see them. As soon as you see that, you'll know immediately what's changed. But this is now your logging area that you can come and sell your logs or wood chips to. The main farm's still the same, just with a cow, with a horse paddock. The sheep and the chickens and the house, all of that's still the same. But all the fields around, or most of the fields around, have changed. They've become joined, and this is now its own two separate points to buy. So you don't buy all this as one, and you can't buy these areas. So this was the field that went. The field back here is gone, and this field. They'll be breaking up soon though. That's the problem. It's good to hear though. If I go on, yay, that one, then I will have my indicator to tell me the position of the bale spikes. Do these just go into the feeding trough then? I presume it does. Dentist in a half hour for them. Oh, lovely. And that's a no. So do you have to put... Oh, okay, it did work. It's just they didn't need a lot of it. Very good. So 8 bales will definitely last. That's perfect. Yeah, I've got to go out in like probably 15 minutes myself. But I just wanted to do a quick stream, and still some small fields. Yeah, there's still some, not many, but there's still. Oops, didn't need that bale there anyway. It's all good. So what do you think of the horse paddock? Do you think that looks better there? It's definitely made it tighter around here. Do you want to get off? Why didn't you go? Don't tell me I need a straw blower for these. Really? No, there's no pigs at the moment. Is it F5? It's in there. It's definitely within the trigger. So I need to have a straw blower for this. I hate straw blowers. Great. Why do horses have to be so fussy? You don't need them for cows, but you need them for horses. Doesn't make much sense. Guess that will do. Why does that look like that for? That looks weird. Never noticed that before. It's like the shed's too big for the doors. I have to look at that in the editor and see. That just looks strange. I will jump into Discord very quickly, David, because I'm going to end the stream here because I've got to go out in a couple of minutes, so I'll be right in. But anyway, for everyone who has watched, thank you. For those who are going to watch, I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you all later. Bye.